Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. The city's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
I'm Dan from Maryland Double Deckers, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh, good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, November 27th, and I'm your host, Danny Gurry. Well, it's Thanksgiving Eve, and I couldn't go much further without giving thanks for all of you. Your love, support, comments, and feedback have allowed me to continue to do this show, and I am so appreciative. It's hard to believe we were simply brainstorming this show in March of this year, and here we are, 169 shows in. That's incredible, actually, to me, that we've been going since April 1st. We just topped 180,000 total views across all of our platforms, and we're getting to 1,100 subscribers on YouTube. I think we're at 1,080. So we're inching up slowly but surely, but certainly would not be here without all of you, and I really am grateful. We got a great show today to wrap up before the holiday weekend. Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from WFMD's Morning News Express with all your local. Oh, actually, it's just Chris Michaels today. Bob should be in his car heading up here for Christmas Cash for Kids next week, and of course, Thanksgiving. So Chris Michaels from WFMD will be here. I'm going to go over all the events for not only this holiday weekend, but the coming weeks, because there are a ton of things happening, and then it's going to come to a screeching halt. So if you've been meaning to get out and about, now is the time to do it. I talked to Rich Ohnmacht from the president of Woodsboro Bank, and I speak with Steve Sorrell, GTM Architects. I think I put GMT out there on the description, a little bit of dyslexia, and GTM Architects. Quite funny. Both of them are in the same building, and I make reference to the fact that I'm in the same building twice, but 2 different times. So anyway, it's going to be a good show. Really would love for you to subscribe to the channel. We'd love to get to 1,400 by January 14th. I was shooting for 1,500, but I think 1,400 by the 14th, which is our 200th show, makes perfect sense. I'll take whatever I can get, of course. And Christmas Cash for Kids, we've got a couple of days left for you to go in and get your Good Morning Frederick merch, and the proceeds will go to Christmas Cash for Kids. And we've got the November left. I'm going to go pick up new Good Morning Frederick pins from Special Tees today, and those will be available. I will be broadcasting live from the Home of Everything Frederick Friday. Our Friday show is going to be broadcast live, so come down to the Home of Everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street. We're going to have some fun down there. We're going to play some games, give away some prizes. and it'll be a great time. The shop will be open from 9 to 9 on Frosty Friday. Now, I'll be there for a little while, not the whole day, but yeah, I'll be down there to do the show, of course. So come down and check it out. And don't forget about the podcast. We do put the show up on the podcast every day, and you can find that on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeart, and the other platforms. All right, let's get this Thanksgiving Eve show on the go. Want to thank everybody for watching. We've got Tara, happy Thanksgiving Eve. We've got Mama Cone watching with my niece, Elena, who is here from South Carolina. Looking forward to spending some time with her. She walked right in this morning and said, "Good morning, Frederick." So God bless her. And Michelle from Pulling for Veterans. We're going to talk about an urgent need we have for a veteran in our community. But we couldn't do any of this without We Help You Move, our show sponsor. Whether you're moving across the street or across the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts make that whole thing easy. We Help You Move is veteran owned and a supporter of the Frederick community. And yes, we are very appreciative of Nick and his team. All right, we got Chris Michaels on. Let's get our local news, weather, and sport. Well, good morning.
Good morning. Let me tell you folks out there, when you know you're good friends with somebody that you work with, like I am with Danny. See, in radio, we have this unwritten rule. You don't use anybody else's headphones because they don't let you do that. You know, it's like sort of like wearing somebody else's underwear. You know what I mean? You just don't do that. However, Danny was nice enough to give me permission in case I forgot mine to let me use hers. So there you go, Danny. Thank you very much.
I see the red there. Very good.
So that is awesome. Got to tell you, Bob and I had Maryland Double Decker's bus tour on, Amanda and Dan, of course, the owner, and Amanda, the tour guide, and Danny,
she's a clippy, Chris. She's a clippy.
She's a clippy.
That's the term. That's the British term for a tour guide, a clippy.
Nice. Thank you. I didn't know that. See, look at that. I not only do I have fun on here, but I get to learn another language on top of that, besides English. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Anyway, we actually did 2 segments with them on the show. Amanda is just so funny. She is so talented. Really
She's
is.
amazing. I love her.
And Dan, of course, I was telling them that back in the day, New York had those double-decker buses, but the difference is that those double-decker buses were actually made in America. However, these double-decker buses are actually English, from England, double-decker buses.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, the story. I interviewed him. He was on the show. Met him a long time ago, actually. But yeah, drove them from Ohio at 40 miles an hour to get the buses here. So yeah, there's actually a second one as well that they are getting roadworthy, and it's great. It's great for Frederick. I love it. And this Merry and Bright tour, the Holiday Lights tour, is such a success. I'm so happy for them.
Well, Danny, it's genius, because I was telling him, I was like, you can own a business and it could be so saturated. Like, you got your AC businesses, you got your plumbing, electrical, that stuff, but nobody else in not just Frederick, but in the region that I know of is doing anything like this. And you can't miss those buses. It's great advertisement. You can't miss the buses. And I was asking Dan, I was like, hey, Dan, I was like, because eventually, he's going to have to hire a second driver because they're getting that busy. He has that second bus. And I said, well, are you going to want to get somebody who has a bus driving experience? And he's like, yeah, but it's going to be kind of hard because this is an actual English bus, and the steering wheel's on the other side. So you'd really have to
Yeah.
know how to drive a bus with the steering wheel on the right side.
Maybe some old post drivers, you know, how they used to sit on the opposite side. So who
Yeah.
knows?
So anyway, just wanted to give a shout out to them. It was a great interview, and just awesome people. Definitely check them out. I did the ride. It was great. I sat on top, and me and my wife, and it was great because I had the wind blowing through my hair, and it was tons of fun. So there you go. Hey, a man
Yes.
can dream, right?
Yeah, no, great people, and we love the company. Good Morning Frederick is a sponsor of this Merry and Bright tour, and we'll do whatever we can to keep these things going because I think it's amazing for our community. And it is such a world of difference. You wouldn't think so, but when you ride 15 feet up and are viewing Frederick from that vantage point, it is so strange the things you notice that you've never seen before. And I really want to do it during now that the boats are in the water because they weren't in the water the last time that we went. So I know that that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful view.
Yeah, listen, I got some amazing pictures on top of on the top there, the double deck bus. I mean, pictures I could never have taken normally of Market Street, and not only that, Danny, but they are so rehearsed in the history of Frederick.
Yeah.
So they're going to be doing history tours, and my goodness, there's so much history in Frederick, it's crazy. So if you want
Yeah.
to learn the history of Frederick, it's great for schools. For history class, if you want to take your kids on a tour of history, I mean, there's so much history here. It's just a great idea, and they're taking full advantage of it, which is great.
100%. 100%.
All right.
Absolutely.
So we'll get into some news. Locally here, a Monrovia man was sentenced on Tuesday in Frederick County Circuit Court for first-degree assault, second-degree assault, second-degree child abuse, and neglect of a child. The state's attorney's office says that Christopher Kraft, 46, received 25 years for first-degree assault, with all but 17 years suspended. Along with that, Circuit Court Judge Scott Rose suspended a 15-year sentence for second-degree child abuse, which will run consecutively. Concurrent sentences were imposed for the other offenses. Man, I tell you, it's like I'm reading more and more of that stuff. It's really, really, really sad. And the public will have to wait a little bit longer for release of the body-worn camera video footage recounting the death of an individual in the custody of Hagerstown police last month. We reported that last month. The Maryland Attorney General's office Independent Investigators Division says it needs more time to interview the witnesses. And before I get to weather, one of the biggest topics that me and Bob were talking about, we discussed it yesterday, was Mayor Michael O'Connor's press conference. Well, it actually hit nationally. Fox News, Jesse Waters, who does the show Jesse Waters Primetime, actually talked about that and had Mayor Michael O'Connor's picture on there. Also went to a different national publications. I think Breitbart, and I think it was a Blaze that Bob said was also on there. So that's big news. It's going to be big news, seems like nationally. Of course, we're talking about the press conference the mayor had a few days ago, and we had the intense interview that my pal Bob Miller did with him. You can hear on WFMD.com.
Wow. I didn't realize that got picked up nationally.
Yeah. Well, anytime, especially now, anytime, and he didn't use the word sanctuary cities, okay? He did not say that word. But from the press conference, it kind of seemed like, in my opinion, that's where he was leaning towards. So anytime you have that type of verbiage, especially now with the incoming administration, and Tom Holman also did a press conference yesterday, that's going to make national news because it really it's a big topic for a lot of people in this country. So, again, Bob Miller did a great interview with Mayor Michael O'Connor on that. And taking a look at the weather today, more clouds, unfortunately, than sun, high of 55. And then tonight looks like cloudy skies with periods of rain late, low of 42. And for your Turkey Day, it looks like we're going to have some rain early, which should be fine because most people celebrate inside anyway. High of 50. And then tomorrow night, 34. Some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight. And then Thursday and Friday, we will not be here. Obviously, Thanksgiving and Black Friday on Friday.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Well, look, a little bit of rain. Hopefully it clears up later. It looks pretty sunny out there right now, so I guess get out and enjoy it while you can.
You don't
And
have to shovel rain. I always say that.
yes, well, we wish you and your family a very happy
So,
Thanksgiving. I hope you
so
get some rest, eat all the turkey, take all the naps, and enjoy these next few days.
so it's a nap, then turkey, then nap, leftovers, football, and then nap. That's what my schedule is. And just a reminder, Danny, and we're so excited to have you a part of the family this year for Christmas Cash for Kids from December 2nd to 6th. Call the station. Me and Bob are going to be on air our normal times. And then Thursday and Friday will be on air longer. If you can, if you have the means to do so, please donate. These children of Frederick County all deserve a great Christmas. Danny, you've been doing an amazing job as a platform with Good Morning Frederick and all your merch, which goes to Christmas Cash for Kids. Of course, we had Christmas Bash for Kids. And before I leave, I on air today, I said the things I am thankful for Thanksgiving. And one of them includes the platform that you've given us here on Good Morning Frederick to do the show with you. And Bob and I are thankful for your friendship. And of course, thankful to all your viewers out there who put up with me and Bob in the in the mornings. We truly love all those viewers out there, and thank you to the community we love so much, Frederick.
Well, I appreciate you very much and really reciprocated. Yeah, cannot wait for next week, Christmas Cash for Kids. We're going to talk about it more in the show coming up. But yeah, we'll have to figure out how we're going to do next week because I'd love to get some break ins with what's happening and how things are going during this show when that's on. So we'll have to figure that out. But I know you guys are really dedicated to the kids of Frederick County, and I think it's awesome. So I
As
can't
are
wait to
you,
be a part of
as
it.
are you too. You are too. So
All right, my friend. Well, I will see you maybe a little bit later. I'll be in there, but if not, have a great Thanksgiving and we'll see you very soon.
take care. Good morning, Frederick. We love you.
Yes, very great. Awesome. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to talk about all the events, including Christmas Cash for Kids. And then I've got Rich Ohnmacht, president of Woodsboro Bank, and Steve Sorrell, GTM Architects. GTM Architects. They're all coming up just after this.
Cosmic Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmicHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining finally beyond compare.
So very nice. And good morning to my good friend Dot. How are you? It's been ages, way too long. Thank you for dropping in this morning. So appreciate you. I'm thankful for my tribe of friends, extended and far and wide for sure. But I can't thank you guys enough. All right, it's time to talk about what's happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company. They cook in small batches to ensure the food is as fresh as it can be, always. You can find them at Intense, so it's IN, the number one, the number zero, SEBBQ.com. When you contact them and get their food, you will certainly satisfy your meat tooth. If you have maybe a luncheon, a corporate event, maybe you're hosting a holiday party like we are, I just called Rob and I said, hey, make me that nacho bar you had at your birthday party. And awesome. He's bringing everything. So it's a full nacho bar, but with brisket, pulled pork, and pulled chicken. And he's got all the toppings, and I cannot wait. It's easy. They take care of everything, and it is absolutely delicious. So if you want something like that, that's easy, maybe you're having a holiday party or guests over or anything, contact Rob at Intense Barbecue. All right. If you want to see the greatest calendar in all of the land, as I say, um, go to promocircus.com, click on Everything Frederick Live, and you will see the calendar of events right there. Or if you look anywhere you're watching the show right now, in the description, you should see a clickable link that will give you access to all the events. I obviously only pick a couple of events each day to highlight, but I can tell you in Frederick, there is no shortage of events going on around our county and in the region close by. First, I really do want to discuss this urgent need. There has been an urgent call out. We have a local veteran who is homeless with his wife and 5 children. The children's ages are 2, 4, 5. Sorry, I got to read my thing. 7 and 17. They were evicted and they're currently staying at a local hotel. Pulling for Veterans is doing an urgent call to try to raise at least $700 to keep them in their hotel through Monday, where then we might be able to get some additional resources. Let me just see. I know Michelle sent me a text this morning. Okay, so they've got the family in the hotel till Monday, but they desperately need a rental, even if short term, and will need Christmas help. They need winter coats and shoes, but they can't take tons of stuff because they have one car and they can't even all ride in it together, let alone they have been trying to sleep in it and, it's getting cold. So if you have a property that is vacant that they can stay in, even short term, I'm going to reach out to all of the organizations that I know of that may have additional resources for them in the immediate future. And certainly, hopefully, we can get them a place to stay and warm clothes for them and their kids. Let's see, they also have service animal as well. So heartbreaking that this family is struggling, and we know what we do best, Frederick. What we do best is we band together and we help. And we help people in need. And this family are certainly at the top of my list right this moment. So if you can help, please reach out to outreach at pullingforveterans.org. Apparently, he is also a handyman. They're very eager to work. It says, he's self-employed. So if you have some work that he can do, he's more than willing to do it. Then please reach out. This family needs us, and we really, really want to help. So, Michelle, just text service dog. Yes, we got it. We got it. Oh, good morning to Tom Whalen, WFRE Morning Show. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you. Okay, Michelle says you can also call or text 240-285-4487. Screenshot this screen, and let's do what we do, Frederick. Let's make this family, let them focus on the issues that they need fixed, where we can take care of their housing and some of their immediate needs. I know we can do that. So I will keep you posted about that. But if there's anything that you can do, we appreciate all of the help. And I know they would be very appreciative as well. All right. Happy holidays from Maryland Lottery and Good Morning Frederick. Well, we would love to give you something. How about now through December 20th? all you have to do is text GMF to 888-465-2944. That's 888-465-2944. I'll run it across the bottom of the screen as well as we switch over. Every single day, one viewer is going to be selected to win 10 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. Then on December 23rd, one lucky viewer is going to receive a Christmas tree made of $100 worth of Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. And I gotta say, that's a sensational way to kick off the holidays, with scratching off a bunch of Maryland Lottery scratch-offs to see what you may win. And it could be a big, big payday for you for sure. So text GMF to 888-465-2944. And I say text, get the prize, and then if you didn't really want it, you can donate it. We can donate it to that family or anyone else for sure. Might give you some money to do that in. Okay. Stop by the Home of Everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street, and the first 5 people to do so will get one of my Good Morning Frederick ugly sweater ornaments. They are so adorable. I love them. I love them so much. Or you can purchase one, and of course, the proceeds go to Christmas Cash for Kids. On Friday, this Friday, Black Friday, Frosty Friday, whatever you want to call it, I will be doing this show live from the Home of Everything Frederick. I'm still trying to work on those details and figure all of that out. But I am, yes, I will be there. 9 a.m. We will open on Friday, and I will be there for a couple of hours, but the shop will be open until 9 p.m. So 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Frosty Friday. Stop by. I'll be doing some giveaways, and we'll have a lot of fun. So come by if you can in the morning on Frosty Friday. Don't forget, there's a couple of days left to go to visit fcac.as.me and make one of these 5-year-old dogs or cats. Oh, they could be your possum pet. Give them a nice home for the holidays. They are free to adopt in the month of November. So reach out if you're thinking about it and you have your eye on one, but you can't get there before the holiday weekend. Give them a call and see what they can do. Okay. I think if you get your application in by the end of the month for one of these pets, they will extend that special offer, but you got to get in that application. Visit fcac.as.me. Okay, tomorrow is the deadline. No, Friday. Sorry. Friday is the deadline. Fill a stocking with items for our deployed service members and veterans in VA hospitals. Now, Ashley from Tree Trekkers didn't realize that this is not specific to local veterans. So just keep that in mind when you're putting items into the stockings. It is not specifically local. However, I do have Ashley's stockings from Tree Trekkers, and we will, after this holiday weekend, be looking for 4 service members that are local that we would like to gift the stockings she created because it has some local goodies in there for them. But if you can, drop it off by Friday afternoon, and they will be picked up and shipped out. Tammy from Shepherd Pratt will take care of all of that for us. All right. I've got the self-guided holiday lights map is live and ready for you to enter your address. If you go to promocircus.com right now, at the top, you'll see self-guided Christmas lights tour. All you have to do, enter your address if your home is decorated, or enter the address of a neighborhood or house that you know of that's spectacular into the form there. And once you do that, I update the map, and we'll watch these Christmas lights grow as we get closer and closer to the holidays. Because what a better way to spend than piling everyone into the car, putting on some Christmas music, and planning out a route where you know where the lights are going to be. Now, the lights I have on here now are a lot of the drive-through events regionally that are in our area that you can go to as well. All right. Well, it is whatever you want to call it today. It is the day before Thanksgiving. A lot of great stuff going on around Frederick. for sure. There's some good stuff happening apparently at Union Mills, Idiom, a lot of our local breweries, certainly a lot of our bars are having this is like one of the biggest nights. So just plan for that as you're heading out and about for sure. All right, tomorrow morning, who's game? Who's going to the Turkey Trot at 8 a.m. in Baker Park? Well, I know that they have over 4,000 people registered. So I did see that funny meme that says before you get married, you got to check to see whether your new in-laws are the kind that exercise on Thanksgiving morning or those that maybe go to the breweries, bars, or wineries, right? Well, if you go, have a wonderful time. I think it's a great event. It's huge for Shepherd Pratt. And we love that you guys all get up early and go run before you eat, which is really, really cool. Okay, tons of stuff happening on Frosty Friday, downtown Frederick. Everything kicks off at 9 a.m. You can be part of the early bird bag giveaway, which is happening from the Downtown Frederick Partnership. There's live holiday music and carolers throughout downtown. At 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., apparently, there's a snowflake tree at 30 North Market Street. And if you make a downtown purchase, you can there's some giveaways there. Noon to 3, photos with Santa. There's marshmallow roasting and a cocktail competition all throughout the bars and restaurants downtown. There's a list of them there. They've each created a specialty cocktail to designate Frosty Friday. Now, I would not recommend you trying one from every bar, but some people may say challenge accepted. So good luck with that. Make sure you call SOS Safe Ride, though. They'll get you and your car home and make sure you're home safe. And then the rest of the events on Friday are here. Don't forget about Merry and Bright, 5:30, 6:45, 8 and 9:15, both Friday and Saturday. Go to MarylandDoubleDeckers.com to get your tickets. I can't wait to do this because now that everything is really lit up, actually after this weekend too, I know everyone's going to have their lights up. It's going to be great. It is a great time to go. And then at 8 p.m., head over to Rockwell Brewery Riverside. They are having a glow UV tribute party with my friends DJ Genius and Baspy. It's going to be a lot of fun there, 8 p.m. on Friday night. Then Saturday, it is Small Business Saturday, so another great reason to support local. How about, again, jump on those holiday light experience with Maryland Double Deckers. You can check that out. They are certainly a small business here in Frederick, worth the support. On Sunday, how about getting your pet photos with Santa, Monocacy Brewing Company, or for the family, 1 to 5, head to Heritage Farm Park's Manor House and get your free Santa photos and do a craft there as well. Our good friend Ron Lehman did the decorating or provided kind of the decorations for that beautiful setup. His sister Megan and their dad, Ron Sr., are all a part of this event. And it is completely free. If you can bring a canned food donation, they would appreciate that as well. Coming soon, as we've said, WFMD's Christmas Cash for Kids kicks off on Monday to Friday. You've got to tune in and listen. It is amazing and heartfelt and just, I cannot wait to be a part of it this year. Very excited about it. To help the kids in Frederick County to have a great Christmas. Then tons of downtown events happening through Celebrate Frederick for the holidays, including the Holiday Arts Competition at the Delaplane on the 4th. On the 5th, it's Scents and Sweets. On the 7th, it is First Saturday at the Home of Everything Frederick. We'll have Holly the Elf with crafts and photos. And there's Christmas in Newmarket as well. On the 10th, it is the Love Local Tour in downtown Frederick. We will be at the Home of Everything Frederick celebrating Mama Cohn's birthday. Come on by. I've got some treats for you. It's going to be great fun. And then on the 13th, it's the Kris Kringle procession downtown. We will be a part of that. I will be a part of that. We're doing Country Christmas for WFRE. It's going to be a lot of fun there. And then on the 14th of January, it is our 200th show. And I've been so busy, I haven't even gotten a chance to get the envelopes up. But starting, I'm hoping this weekend, there will be 200 envelopes on display at the Home of Everything Frederick. You just need to go in, show that you have subscribed, send to our YouTube channel, send a text to our number, and then you can pull one of these envelopes. And the envelopes will each include some prize designation, from Maryland Lottery scratch-offs to Good Morning Frederick merch to restaurant gift cards and gift certificates and tons of great stuff, okay? Definitely going to be worth your while. You're going to want to go down. It will also include special invites to our live broadcast on January 14th. So you're going to want to head over to the Home of Everything Frederick. I should have everything up hopefully by Saturday, okay? But I cannot wait to see you guys for that 200th show. It's going to be really, really exciting. It's going to be great. Oh, Mylena. Good morning, Auntie. Look at that. She's even, bless her heart. And then we got Sharon Price saying happy Thanksgiving to everyone. She's got an event coming up on Monday evening that I shared on our socials. And you're going to want to check that out. It's online. And getting ready for the holidays can be stressful for people. And she can help you to get through a lot of that. All right. Whew. Now we're going to talk about some great people we have in Frederick, right? People of Frederick is sponsored by the Healing Storm. Shannon and her team strive to create an environment where you're seen, heard, and valued. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain. They can do massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and they have an entire healing journey program. Go to thehealingstorm.com, get details, and schedule an appointment. The Healing Storm is a place to unwind and recharge through alternative healing. They are right across from Frederick Health, so conveniently located on Toll House Avenue. All right, Rich never thought he'd be in banking, but he sure got lucky when he landed at Woodsboro Bank. I had an enjoyable conversation with Rich Ohnmacht.
You know, this is the second time I've been in this building. And Woodsboro Bank, this is Rich Ohnmacht, the president of Woodsboro Bank. Thank you for hanging out with me today.
Oh, sure. Thanks for stopping by.
This is such a cool building.
We think so too.
It's really...
We like it a lot. We've been here about 6 years. I joined the bank 5 years ago, so this was my first
Nice.
home, and it's great.
Yeah, so we're on East 2nd Street, 8 East 2nd, I think?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so Woodsboro Bank, I am really, as a marketing person and as a community person, I'm always really fascinated about how well Woodsboro Bank has encapsulated the Frederick community over the past several years especially. How do you feel that has happened? Because when I first moved to Frederick, Woodsboro Bank was in Woodsboro. It was very small, and now I don't feel that at all.
Right. Well, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
First of all, that doesn't go unappreciated.
Yeah.
And I think it's a question we get a lot. It's a tough question to give a real short answer to, because I think there's been a lot of things that have gone into that. I think if you go back to the history of the bank, 7-8 years ago, Woodsboro almost merged with another local bank. That ended up, to make a long story short, not happening. And so the bank was at a bit of a crossroads, because the path forward kind of had a hiccup in it.
Yeah.
And at that time, Steve Hine, who is our CEO, joined the bank. And he started a process with a lot of steps to it. I think the most important one, I would say, is the people.
100%.
Right.
You guys have a staff that is just top notch. You
Right.
get voted best employer pretty much year in, year out, which is a real big testament in this industry. I don't feel like you guys have that, and excuse the term, incestuous, like people going and coming like some other banks do in the region.
Right.
You guys really seem to keep your key people for a long time.
Right, right. We have less turnover definitely than other banks that I've worked at. You know, I've been in the banking industry now over 30 years.
Yeah.
And that is a
Yeah.
key ingredient. And we've been able to attract talent. I mean, what we try to do is attract the best people, empower them, and that's
Yeah.
something we're able to do a lot easier than larger companies, larger banks. You know,
Yeah.
we can pivot quickly, we can try things, we can work when there's an opportunity quickly to take
Sure.
advantage of it. And I know it's working when I see others in the community in the banking field, which is a pretty tight-knit community. So
Yeah.
they say, hey, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
You got any openings?
Yeah.
That type of thing, that's a tell that you're doing something right.
Of course.
You know? And sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't.
Well,
but
as I said, when you're voted best employer so many years running, it's not a fluke, right? And so that is, again, a big testament. And I know a lot of your key people, and they're just wonderful people, and everyone is involved, and Steve as well. I mean, the
doubt.
you know, the CEO of this bank is just out there interacting and a part of the community. And speaking of community, some people who are maybe new to Frederick or don't understand, when they hear community bank, they may equate that word to small, and that's not true at all, right?
Right. That is, I don't think that's what defines you as a community bank.
Right.
Just the fact that you are
Right.
small, and we are smaller than most of our competition. Although we've doubled in size since I got here, and with that, we have more ability to do some larger loans. We have more resources to invest in new products, new facilities, new technological increases, which is
Right.
really important because that levels the playing field with us in larger competitions. But I think, like, the secret sauce, I would say, of being in a community bank is it's not just our sales colleagues, it's really the whole bank is willing to go out and show up for community events, sponsorships.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started, I spent a lot of my career at a larger bank, and I said, this is great that we have these 4 events coming up, but how are we going to get people to show up? And they said, just you watch. And sure enough, people show up.
Yeah.
And I know there was an example recently. We had a real flurry of activities, and I kind of listed them out with some help from our marketing director, Samantha Catrona. And there were literally 40 events over 40 days
Wow.
that we had, you know, people showing up, engaging, and you don't do that without
No.
the whole bank behind it.
Of course, absolutely. The one nice thing about a community bank, where your competition can't do for the customer side, is the accessibility of key people within the bank. And I think that is just phenomenal if you have, maybe you want to start a new company, or maybe you want to invest in commercial real estate or things like that. You have access to decision-making people where you're not calling an 800 number and God knows who you're talking to or where they're located.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have an 800 number.
No.
Our 800 number is you call my cell phone.
Yeah,
or you
right,
call Steve's
right.
cell phone, or
Yeah.
Chris Clemens, or
That's
Thomas
what
Ramsey.
I mean. I think it's really, really great as a customer because, you know, if something goes sideways, you can really reach out to the people and say, hey, what should I do? Or how
Right.
can you help? And it's just, that's not available.
Sure. Yeah, and I think another example of that is we are pretty good, I like to think, if somebody is working with a company, an accountant, a real estate broker, and they want to have a conversation to just understand the process,
Right. Yeah.
understand what's feasible, what's not feasible, and we can get an experienced person, whether it's me or one of the commercial bankers or a branch manager in front of them, and really walk them through the process. And if it's not feasible, we'll tell you that and say, but here's what you need to do to make it
To get
feasible,
there,
or
right.
here's some other resources to help you make it happen. Maybe it's something we can't do,
Right.
but there's a government program. Let's get you talking to those folks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that, again, seeing you guys out in the community all the time, you see the blue shirts or whatever you guys happen to be wearing all the time. And I just think that is a phenomenal way to.
I probably should have worn one
You
of the.
probably
I do have
should
a
have.
pin on though. I do have my Woodsboro 125th
I know.
anniversary pin on at least.
Yeah, 125. That's pretty
Yeah.
incredible as well,
I
where you
know.
guys have stayed Woodsboro Bank for that time.
Right.
So I believe that little kerfuffle that happened years ago was meant to be, I think, for Woodsboro
Things
Bank
happen
for
for a
sure.
reason,
They
Danny.
really
That's what
do.
they say.
They
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
How did you get into banking?
Well, that's an interesting story. I was not, like most people, you don't grow up wanting to be a banker like Seinfeld or like
Yeah.
Kramer on Seinfeld. That's a random reference, but those that like Seinfeld will remember it.
Yeah.
I had a degree in urban planning, and so I went to go be a city planner down in Norfolk, Virginia, and quickly realized that was not going to be my long-term plan.
Okay.
And I was struggling what to do next, and somebody just suggested, well, why don't you go get into one of these big bank training programs? It's like getting an MBA and they pay you. And I said, that sounds pretty good. So I did that. I ended up relocating to Philadelphia and went through PNC's credit training program back in the 90s.
Okay.
And worked there for about 4 years, but and it was going okay, but I had a sense that I would be happier at a smaller bank, and so I joined Farmers and Mechanics
I had a passbook savings
Yeah.
account at Farmers and Mechanics. Yeah.
People definitely remember that bank fondly, and that was a great opportunity for me.
So did you locate here?
I did.
Okay,
I
because
moved-
they were based here, right?
They were,
the
they
small-
sure
okay.
were. Yeah, right
Yeah.
on TJ Drive.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So I moved here and worked with that bank until we were in the early 2000s acquired by Mercantile.
Right.
I ended up being transferred down to Laurel, so I moved to Howard County.
Okay.
But then one thing led to another, and ended up coming back to. So I like Frederick so much I moved here twice. Which not many people can say that.
Sometimes you have to go away to really
To
appreciate.
Well, I always liked Frederick. I always thought it was a really neat town.
Yeah.
I grew up not so much in Frederick, but in Carroll County, so I was aware of it. And
Frederick adjacent.
Yeah, so here I am.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good, very good. Well, we love the fact that you guys just really, really seem to, like I say, care about the community and want what's best, not only for your staff, but for the community at large.
Sure.
Is there anything coming in the next 6 to 12 months, for the bank itself, or things you may see on the horizon?
How much
for
time do we
customers?
have? There's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a very timely question. We're right in the middle of our 25 business plan, and I would say a couple of things that are most top of mind for us right now is colleague development. We expect a lot out of our colleagues. We know how important they are to delivering to the community, to the shareholders, to the clients. Those are basically our four main stakeholders, we think. And so we're going to continue to invest in colleagues. We also have a slew of new products coming out. The most important one, I think, to me is something called Banno, which is going to take our existing online banking product, which admittedly is not state of the art, and it's going to make it state of the art. So it will have all the bells and whistles.
That's probably one of the biggest things I think that is painful for small banks is that if you've come from a big bank, they tend to have the resources to create all these really simple, newfangled things.
Right.
And I know it takes a lot of time and money to
It does.
do that.
It does, but we use a third party who developed that as opposed to developing it in-house.
Yeah.
So, but we're really excited.
Nice.
That's been something we've been talking about and are able, again, having the resources.
Right.
We can execute that in the first half of 25.
Yeah, and client acquisition or customer acquisition, are you guys targeting any specific industries or people? I mean, obviously, I know you guys want everybody.
Sure. No, but we do have some niches where, if you were to look at our website, you'd see pages on medical and dental. You'd see a page on religious organizations, contractors, residential builders.
Okay.
Those are areas that we have internal expertise, and we try to leverage by going deeper into those areas. And I will say, I've never been in a bank where so much of our business, thankfully, comes in from referrals, whether it's existing clients, what we call COIs or centers of influence, which tend to be your CPAs, your brokers, your attorneys.
Yeah.
And we've developed a lot of, where we trust them, they trust us.
Sure.
So we get to look at those
Well, when you treat people well, it's very easy to refer new customers.
It's a pretty
to you,
simple
so.
formula.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But it's simple, but not easy.
No, right, exactly. Well, we're so glad that you're in our community. Rich Ohnmacht, if you need any banking, I know changing banks is a pain. It really is, but they'll make it easy. And just
it's not as hard as you think,
yeah,
maybe,
I know.
but it's not on somebody's to-do list necessarily.
I know. It's never part of the fun thing. But once you get with a good bank, you never have to leave. So we love that. All right, we really appreciate your time.
Appreciate you as well, Danny. Thanks so much.
Yes, I want to thank Rich and Woodsboro Bank for that. We're going to take a quick break. Then I'm back in the same building with Steve Sorrell and GTM Architects. All of that is coming up just after these messages.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art's splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding, but they can also do your windows and gutters, patios, and decks. Certainly right now, if you're having any trouble with your roofing or siding or your windows, you're going to want to get those replaced right away. Call 301-703-2157 and Sandra will come out and check things out for you, even if you're just thinking that there might be an issue. Or you can email her info@ansconstruction.net. Don't forget, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just let Sandra know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. I want to thank Sandra for that. Okay, so now it is time to talk about who is making the market amazing. Actually, I should say who's making the market look amazing for sure. Market Makers is sponsored by Antietam World Travel Service. Why trust Antietam World Travel Service to coordinate your vacation? It's simple. They're a full-service travel agency. They'll save you countless hours of online research. They also have relationships with the suppliers that are going to give you the best value and perks you can't get on your own. And they'll monitor your bookings for unexpected schedule changes. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to antietamtravel.com right now and get started on your dream vacation. All right, GMT Architects can make your business or home look amazing. Steve Sorrell has loved designing since he was a kid. He has his mom to thank for that. Here he is.
East 2nd Street in a beautiful building here with Steve Sorrell, GTM Architects, your VP of Interiors.
Yes.
So you guys are an architectural interior design firm, is that fair?
Yeah, full service architecture and interiors, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I love this building actually. I've been here before but never realized these were all individual office spaces.
Yes, apparently one of our past clients actually, was looking at taking over the whole floor. And because of the way the building is set up here with the stairwell, this little part's almost too narrow to make a full floor tenant make sense. So I guess that's good for us in a way because we lucked out and took this small little space.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so how long have you always loved interior design? Have you always kind of been?
Yeah, so as a child, my mom actually was really big on like doing a lot of this stuff in the house. We had the most contemporary house in the neighborhood. The interiors, there was this pink and black going on, and she had different floors and different materials. And I remember like going on a lot of, IKEA trips and other furniture stores.
Yeah.
And so that kind of like, I think was always there, and I wanted to be an architect. And I liked Frank Lloyd Wright and some others. And then I went to school in high school, and my guidance counselor was like, oh, you might want to look into mechanical engineering. So I did, and then I saw that there was a salary difference between those two, architecture and engineering. So I went to college first for engineering, and realized that was not my direction. And so I came back to interiors, and went through the summer process, and got into the program. I went to Virginia Tech, which is one of the most competitive interior design programs in the country. They've been in the top 10 probably as long as I can remember. So it's a really good program, and I'm on the advisory board for that. Now, so I'm giving back to the students and stuff. So
that's really great. So when you say interior design, what does that encompass?
Yeah, so there's always a lot of confusion about interior design. No thanks to HGTV.
I was just going to say, I don't think those home show things are helping you out very much.
No. So interior design, basically the way I explain it is I do everything inside of the shell of the building. So we do pick finishes and tell you what paint colors and carpet to use. But basically, we also do the space planning. We lay out the whole office or the restaurant or whatever the space it may be. We basically look at that shell and we fill in all the guts.
Right.
So there's some overlap with architecture and interior architecture in that respect. And sometimes we help people interior architects because it helps delineate it a little bit more.
You're not out shopping for the sofa with the couple,
no.
with the people who are.
Now there are some designers who do that.
Sure.
And on the residential side, single family, it tends to have some of that. But yeah, we don't do procurement. We're not picking furniture. Like individual pieces like that. We do help with furniture selection and stuff too. So it's kind of like a weird blended world, and sometimes that leads to the confusion. But we don't do decoration. We're not gonna put straw on the wall, as Hildy once famously did in Trading Spaces. I mean, so yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, those shows, probably haven't helped you much at all.
Yeah.
All right, so what types of clients are you guys looking to serve?
So I basically tell everybody we do everything except for hospitals, really. Everybody is really kind of client focused in our firm. So, we want to tailor to the client. And if it's something that we're not comfortable with doing, we have other people in the office that can probably do it. And we still want to be able to provide full service. But we all have kind of our niches and our more, particular focuses that we want to do. Like, I've done a lot of workplace. Workplace isn't really as busy these days.
Right.
The vacancy rates just keep going higher in some cities. So luckily I've done a lot of restaurant retail, and so I was able to then kind of shift and go in that direction. That's why we like to be diversified, is because we can then
move with the times. Yeah.
So
and so you guys are you new to Frederick, or this is just a new office?
So it's a new office, but we've been in Frederick for quite a while.
Okay.
Jeff, who you met earlier, he's been doing work here since 2005.
Okay.
So we've been in the area for a while. I even worked on Family Meal years back, so that's kind of a show that it's been a while, because I'm calling it Family Meal. And so I worked on that, and we've done a lot of projects here. Like we did Union Mills bottling plant, Cucino Forno, which a lot of people know about. And then, pre-COVID, we wanted to open an office here. And then COVID happened. So that slowed that process down. But the moment, we had an opportunity to start it back up, and then it helped that I moved to Frederick.
I was just going to say, having you here probably encouraged that.
I kind of helped push it along a little bit faster, I guess. And so, we opened, but Right now, like based on all the projects we have, it just makes sense. We're doing a project with FCF Church out on 15.
Yeah.
We're doing a multifamily project on Thomas Johnson. That's, 100-unit building.
Whoa. Wait, where's that going? That's my neighborhood. That's like my neck of the woods.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we're doing, the one that just came through planning that everybody seems to be talking about now, which is at 404 Patrick Street, right next to Union Mills.
Okay.
So that's another 100-unit multifamily project that's coming.
Okay.
So that was approved by planning through entitlements. Now we're getting into the thick of it.
Do you have a project that is like this was the best thing ever?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple. We just won a bunch of awards for several projects, but like Generation Hope, which I just did, it's a nonprofit organization, just won a design award from American Society of Interior Design. So that's always great because that's your peers who vote on that. But yeah, so Generation Hope just won an award. That one was pretty good. And, the reason why I got into this field is because I get to influence people's daily lives.
Yes.
And so when you work with a nonprofit who's doing great work because they work with teen moms and make sure they get their education and college degrees and be able to support their family, when you see the influence that you can have on the staff and how you make them happy.
If somebody may be looking for commercial space or has a space that it's a shell, that's a good opportunity for you guys to step in, right?
Yeah, we actually say the earlier you can talk to us, the better.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times that we evaluate spaces.
Okay.
I'm actually speaking with a bakery right now, and she's looking at a space, and she's trying to figure out if it's going to be the right fit for her. And so we can then go ahead and say, well, what's the power that you have in that space?
Right.
What is the HVAC that's there? How does it lay out? Are there columns in your way? And we can kind of like have some of those preliminary conversations. And what I tell people is that, a lot of times if you can bring us in early and we can help you make those informed decisions, it can save you in the long run. Like there may be some initial upfront cost, but that's better than signing a 10-year lease for a space
then having to
that doesn't work for you.
That's right.
Nothing worse than being a personal guarantor on a space for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's terrible.
Yeah.
All right. So if people wanted to find out more about the firm here, what's the website?
So it's gtmarchitects.com.
Okay.
We are actually going through rebranding because it is our 35th year.
Oh,
so we're working on rebranding. So we'll have new logos and the website's getting completely revamped and redone.
Nice.
But you can start to see some of the work that we've done.
Yeah.
It's getting updated and we're in process. So we've got a lot of sites to photograph and projects to put up there, but it'll give you a good idea.
What are the things you love about Frederick so far?
I like these. It's a unique environment, right? It's still, you have the rural area, you still have the farmland, you have a city, and then you have the suburban. So all three of those kind of come together, and it's a nice community feel. And so that's what's been great. I mean, being downtown in an office here, you walk the streets and you're going to bump into somebody. So we often joke here, if you're going to be in the Frederick office, you have to eat out during lunch because
you gotta get out and
because there's probably somebody out there that you may know.
That's right.
So, and it's a great way to then connect with people and see how you can work together and stuff like that.
For sure.
But it's also a nice, fun environment. My previous office, that when I had my own business, was at 11th and H, right downtown DC.
Wow.
And this is a completely different feel.
Yeah.
So it's
well,
a lot
that's
more
good.
comfortable.
We like it that way.
Yeah.
All right. This is Steve Sorrell, GTM Architects. He is an interior designer, but not the kind you probably think of. But he'll fix that space from the walls in.
Yep.
He can take care of it for you. Thank you guys for watching.
Take care.
So I think on the rebrand, they ought to just call it Where Steve Sorrell Works, because I can't seem to get this right. GTM Architects. I apologize for that. Thankfully, it was right on screen. That's the most important part. All right, coming up Friday, I'll be live at the Home of Everything Frederick at 9 a.m. Come say hi. I'm going to hand out some free Good Morning Frederick chapstick and stickers and maybe some pins. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Please tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. Have an amazing day, a great weekend, and let's get out there and be great, Frederick, because I know you can. Let's not forget about that veteran family. If you can help, outreach at pullingforveterans.org.